Hey, welcome to my video on self-hypnosis. Self-hypnosis can be super effective for performance, for focus, for helping individuals get back to sleep or get to sleep at night. There's so many things that we can use self-hypnosis for. And so here I'd like to show you how to hypnotize yourself and how to use this effective tool. If you have any questions, feel free to reach out. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have. So let's start by getting prepared for self-hypnosis. So just like anything in life, we want to prepare for it. So the first step in preparing for self-hypnosis is to set a time. So you might want to set a time in your mind of how long you'd like to do the self-hypnosis session. You could go for 15 minutes or you could go for an hour. It depends on what you're trying to achieve. So kind of setting a time. Now, if you're using self-hypnosis to get to sleep, then the whole objective is just to get to sleep. So however long it takes you to get to sleep. But for the most part, we want to set a time. You might want to set a timer in case your objective isn't to fall asleep and maybe you have an appointment that you need to attend to. But for the most part, when we set that time in our minds, usually it's interesting how it will actually be around the same time that we set, even though when we're in hypnosis, often we lose a sense of time. So again, good to set an alarm if you absolutely need it, but to have a kind of an idea in your mind of how long you want to spend in the hypnosis. So the second step is to come up with a purpose. So to come up with the reason that you want to do this self-hypnosis in the first place. So your purpose may be to improve your focus, to be able to get in the zone as an athlete. It could be to help you sleep at night. It could be a variety of different things. Maybe trying to clear negative emotions and focus on positives. It could be visualizing your success. Whatever it is, it's definitely important to come up with that purpose for the session. What would you like to achieve here? The other part of this is that we want to think about our exit. So as we come back out of hypnosis or bring ourselves out of hypnosis, what do we want to feel like? What do we want to experience as we come back out of hypnosis? So example of this is maybe we want to feel more focused. Maybe we want to feel a little bit lighter because we've cleared negative emotions. Maybe we want to feel more energized. Or if you're using it to fall asleep, you want to fall asleep. That's the objective. It could also be to relax. So whatever it is, kind of coming out with that objective of how you want to come out of this hypnosis session. So let's begin now that you've come up with your plan. So again, let me just move back to that. So what you want to do again is set the time, set the purpose, and set the exit plan, how you want to leave the hypnosis session. Now, once you've done that and you have a clear idea of your plan, then what we're going to do is we're going to get yourself into hypnosis. So finding a really comfortable place. It could be in your bed, curled up in your blanket. It could be sitting on your favorite chair. It could be sitting on the floor. Wherever you feel comfortable, just getting yourself in a nice, comfortable space, comfortable environment. Make sure it's quiet. And then we'll get ready for this self-hypnosis. So with this self-hypnosis, what you want to do is start with the connecting with your senses. And what you're doing is actually looking for externals, what you can see externally. So we're starting with 3 things that you can see. So it could be the wall, it could be a chair, it could be the ceiling. And now we want to think of 3 things that you can hear. So it could be that you can hear the furnace. Maybe you can hear the dog barking outside, or who knows what else you can hear in your house, but really coming up with, maybe it's a fridge. So you can come up with 3 things that you can hear. If you can't find 3 things, because I know that can be hard, especially if you're in a quiet place, that's okay. Just keep moving forward. Now we want to come up with 3 things that we can feel. So we can feel our clothing on our skin. We may be able to feel our blankets. You can feel the temperature of the air in the room. So coming up with 3 things that you can feel. And now we want to move down to 2. So the process is 3, 2, 1. So 2 things you can see, 2 things you can hear, 2 things you can feel. And now we're moving over to 1. So 1 thing you can see, 1 thing you can hear, 1 thing you can feel. And now what we're going to do is now do step 2 of this hypnotic process, which is quite fun. And we're going to go internal. So we've connected with the external senses. Now we're going into our imagination and we're going internal. So we're thinking of 3 things that we can see in our imagination, that we can visualize. So that could be a beautiful beach and we can see the water and the color of the water. We can see the sky, we can see a palm tree. Then we're going to connect with 3 things that we can hear. We can hear birds chirping, we can hear the waves crashing, we can hear kids laughing in the background. And now 3 things that we can feel. We can feel the sand beneath our toes. We can feel the heat, the sun on our skin. We can feel our clothing. And now what we want to do is go back to that 3, 2, 1. So we've done the 3. Now we're on to the 2. 2 things we can see in our imagination. 2 things we can hear in our imagination. 2 things we can feel. And now 1. 1 thing we can see. 1 thing we can hear. 1 thing we can feel. And then generally, you're in. And so then from there, what you want to do is really connect again with that purpose of the session. So really coming to that place of focus and that goal for the session. After that, you're just going to slowly bring yourself back to the room, or maybe you're going to fall asleep if this is the whole objective. So just counting yourself back from 1 to 3. So starting with 1, noticing the temperature of the room, noticing your blanket. 2, slowly easing your way back into the room. 3, opening your eyes and slowly easing your way back into the room. Now, as you count yourself back up to the room, you might want to say some positive affirmations. So if your goal was to empower yourself, maybe you're like, 1, you've got this. You're taking this information that you learn from your self-hypnosis or some insights that may have occurred, because insights do occur during silence. So often when we are in a deep meditative state or in hypnosis, we come up with these insights. So, taking those insights back with you, or you might want to say some positive words as you're coming out of the hypnosis. So that can be something that you can add to enrich it, is really coming up with these positive words. Often I'll have my clients visualize coming up some steps and they're pushing on that steps in such a powerful way and they're feeling empowered and excited and good. And so you can really pump yourself up with some positive emotions. If as you're coming out, perhaps maybe you're not wanting to be empowered, perhaps you're wanting to be relaxed. So maybe you're just feeling into this feeling of relaxation as you come out of the hypnosis. It's really your choice and you can be as creative as you want with it. And I realize that some of this is clear as mud, so feel free to reach out to me. I'm happy to help you move through this. So absolutely happy to help you. I'm happy to answer any questions that you may have, and enjoy the process. It doesn't have to be perfect. It's all good. So anyway, reach out. I'm here, and thank you for watching my video.